As the sun began to set and the shadows grew longer, a group of friends set out on a hiking trail deep in the heart of the forest. They were excited for their adventure, but little did they know that they were about to experience a terror beyond their wildest nightmares. Suddenly, a bone-chilling roar echoed through the trees, and the ground shook beneath their feet. In the distance, they could see a massive creature emerging from the darkness, its fur matted and its eyes glowing red with a savage intensity. They had heard stories of Bigfoot before, but they never imagined they would come face to face with the legendary beast. What followed was a heart-pounding ordeal that would leave them forever changed, as they fought for their lives against a monster that seemed straight out of a nightmare. As the group of friends stood frozen in fear, the massive creature took a step towards them. Its size was staggering. It stood at least 9 feet tall and weighed over 800 pounds. Its fur was thick and matted, and its eyes glowed in the dark, reflecting the light of their flashlights. The group could hear the sound of its breathing, heavy and labored, as if it were in pain. They knew they had to get away from the creature, but they were paralyzed with fear. Suddenly, the creature let out another roar, and the group scattered in different directions, trying to get away. They ran as fast as they could, dodging trees and boulders in their path. They could hear the creature chasing them, its massive footsteps shaking the ground beneath their feet. It was gaining on them, and they knew they had to find a place to hide. One of the friends spotted a small cave up ahead and motioned for the others to follow. They all squeezed into the cave, huddling together in fear as they waited for the creature to pass. But the creature didn't pass. It stopped outside the cave and let out a deafening roar. The group could feel the vibrations of the sound wave reverberating through the cave walls. They knew they were trapped. The creature began to pound on the entrance of the cave, its massive fists creating deep cracks in the rock. The group huddled together, praying that the creature wouldn't be able to break through. But the pounding continued, and the cracks grew larger. It was only a matter of time before the creature would be able to enter the cave and attack them. Just when they thought it was all over, the pounding suddenly stopped. The group held their breath, waiting for the next attack. But there was only silence. They cautiously peered out of the cave and saw the creature retreating into the darkness. It had apparently lost interest in them. The group stayed in the cave for the rest of the night, too scared to move. The next morning, they made their way back to civilization, shaken and traumatized by their encounter with the legendary Bigfoot. They knew they had experienced something that few people ever would, and they would never forget the terror they had felt that night in the forest.